everybody, and finally, welcome back to another episode of the Happy Bitch podcast. I'm so excited to be back, and I have a lot to talk about. First of all, I just want to say, sorry for the super long hiatus. After the wedding, I was just kind of focused on working lots, working on my Scentsy business, was focusing on my photography for a little bit there, and I'm really sad that I didn't make the Happy Bitch podcast a priority, and I'm very sorry to all my little bitches. I love you, and I'm back. Let's get started. Today's episode is Christmas doesn't have to break the bank. Or your spirit, for that matter. Also, just let me take a moment to address my hat. If you don't know, I live in Canada. Right now, it's fucking winter. Today it was minus 15 and Celsius. So it's very fucking cold. I don't know what that converts into for other degrees. Maybe it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit? Or 30? No, I don't think that's right. Anyways, so I just want to take some time to talk about the upcoming holiday. Today is December 21st. A couple more days till our good friend Saint Nick comes down the chimney to visit. If you believe in that. Or if you celebrate Christmas, for that matter. Are Christmas traditions costing too much? Do you have a huge family? Are you trying to buy presents for 30 or 40 people? I know that was kind of where I was just a few years back. And it became very stressful because if you think about it, we don't make more money in December. So if you don't save up for Christmas, it can be a huge financial burden. Did you know that the average person spends almost $1,000 on Christmas gifts? That is insane. That's almost a flight to anywhere in the world. And maybe I sound selfish in that statement, but I don't care. I don't need to buy you stuff you don't need with money I've traded hours of my life for. That's really what it comes down to. And I prefer to get people birthday presents because your birthday is your day. Christmas is for everybody, or everybody that celebrates. This Christmas, let's forget about all the gifts and just create memories. Looking back at all the Christmases that I have celebrated, I think I remember maybe two gifts that I've gotten in the 30-some years. Sorry, not 30 yet. 29 Christmases that I've celebrated. So keep that in mind when you're struggling to find the perfect gift or worried that it doesn't cost enough or what have you. And it doesn't even have to necessarily be about the cost. It can be about not putting that stuff into the landfill, not buying an ugly sweater to give to your third cousin who is probably never going to wear it because you don't really know your third cousin very well and you don't know what their style is. So let's not waste money and waste resources and let's just hang out. Let's decorate cookies and sip hot cocoa. Let's go skating and sledding with family and friends. Let's have a no gifts Christmas party. I know we just had a Friendsmas with my best friend, her husband, and their kids. And we didn't do gifts. There's no need for it. Could I have come up with some money to buy them a gift? Yes. Could they have done the same for me? Yes. But why? when I know what I want and they know what they want? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I've listened to a lot of minimalism podcasts and stuff like that, and we have spent a lot of time decluttering our home and really making space for only things that we love and use on a very, very regular basis. Maybe that's where my mindset is about this whole gift giving. And like, if you have to work overtime and be away from your children and your family and your dog and your husband just so that you can afford to buy me a gift, don't get me a fucking gift. I don't want you to have to work harder in your life. We work hard enough as is. If anything, we should be spending more time on enjoyment, happiness, etc., etc. Love is not about gifts. Here is a list of ways you can save money this Christmas found on becomingminimalist.com. Set a budget. Even break it down per person. Because if you have, like I said, 20, 30 people you're buying gifts for, $10, $20 a gift, $30, $40 a gift, it's going to add up. Be aware of retail tricks. Free shipping on a certain amount, BOGO, etc., 50% off. You know, you see 50% off and you look at a jacket and it says $500. And you think this would literally never be $500. There's a lot of retail tricks that come out around Christmas. Excuse me very much. Sorry, I just had some noodles before this podcast, so. On that note, let me just take a break from this list for a second. I want to share with you one of my favorite self-care tips. Whenever I get home from work, I'm super fucking cold and I'm super fucking hungry. So once in a while, I will make myself some food and run myself a bath. And then I lay in the bath and I eat my food. Can anyone else relate to this? Like, I know drinking wine in the tub is a thing, but does anybody else eat food in the tub? Like, I'm talking like noodles, lasagna, like a platter of fruit, like so much random shit. Please DM me or comment and let me know what kind of food you are eating in the bathtub. Unless I'm just the only weirdo out there. In which case, please don't let me know. Okay, back to the list. Number 3, limit self-gifting. This one is really hard for me. Whenever I go to buy someone a gift, I feel like I need a gift too because it's like, it's my money. I worked for it. I like gifts too. And like, in all honesty, I don't really buy myself that many things. As the new year is coming and I have a lot of big goals for 2022. Number 4, cut down on convenience cost, etc. Pre-made baskets, pre-made baking, Christmas meals, make it yourself with your family to save money. And then you're also getting the experience. Maybe you're passing down recipes from generation to generation. That is the kind of beautiful stuff that I like to see on Christmas. It's not about gifts. Like maybe if you have children, it is a little more geared towards gifts and stuff like that. But at the same time, if we are raising our children to think Christmas is about gifts, isn't that the understanding they're going to have for the rest of their lives? Just a thought. As someone who doesn't have children, and I know I could be crucified for even saying things like advice towards parents because I'm not a parent. I've had a few people, when I tried to give advice, throw that in my face. You're not a parent, you wouldn't understand. Well, no, but I am a human, so I think I do understand. But, next point. Establish early expectations. What is important for me as long as I have meaning? Oh, establish expectations early. Period. There's a period there. What is important for me what's important for me? As long as I have meaningful conversations over a nice meal or a nice drink, I'm happy. As long as I can cuddle up with my dogs and watch a good movie with my husband too, I'm happy. Number 6, look for shortcuts to make travel cheaper. Number 7, track your spending. This says this year I'm buying gifts for 3 people. I don't remember who the third person is. As far as I know, I only have bought gifts for 2 people. One is my husband, which was a very inexpensive gift, and another gift was for a family member, but it was like, you know when you see something and you're like, this person needs to have this, this would make them so happy. Those are the kind of gifts that I have to buy. If I'm walking through a store and nothing is screaming your name, you're not getting anything. I kind of treat shopping for other people the way I treat shopping for myself. If I don't love it and I can't stop thinking about it, I'm not going to buy it. Ooh, let me take a sip of water before we dive into this one, because that's a doozy. Okay. Christmas family obligations. I know not everybody has a crazy family. Not to say that I do either. Okay, that's a lie. On this podcast, we are truthful, to say the least. No, I'm not going to tell you every fucking dirty little secret about my family. But what I am going to tell you is this year, I will not be seeing all of my family due to some disrespect, some not being there for family when family should be there for each other. Yeah, I think that's about as much as I'll say on that subject. But if your family obligations are negatively going to affect your mental health, or if you are borderline having a fucking panic attack, just thinking about the fact of seeing your whole family, this is your, cue. This is your flashing light saying, you do not have to go. There's this thing I always say, I'm gonna go and wish I stayed home, or I'm gonna stay home and wish I went. It's always better to stay home and wish you went than to go and deal with the bullshit and the drama of your potentially crazy ass family. Just saying. If you love your family and you know it's going to be a great time, go. Have fun. Of course, why wouldn't you? I mean, of course, abiding by the COVID-19 guidelines and everything else in your area. But yeah, if you're just going to go and yell with your family, is there really a point in going? Maximus? No, son. Babe? Can you grab him? Sorry, guys. Oh, he's leaving. Good boy, Maxie. Yeah, if it's going to negatively affect your mental health, don't go. If you know you can only go for, let's say, an hour, you can only handle your family for 1 hour, tell them that you have another party to go to, or tell them that you have to work early in the morning. Give yourself a way out. Are they going to try and tell you that you should stay longer? Probably. But you have to do what's right for you. And that's honestly, what I have learned so much in this past year is just I want to say not to be selfish, but you know what? Like, I am being selfish because I am putting myself first, my needs, my wants, what's going to build up my family, aka me and my husband and my dogs, and how we're going to improve and grow our lives together. The family that you come from is important, but nothing is more important than the family that you build. Remember that. Don't let your bullshit family affect the family you're trying to create. Also, you can spend more time with friends as they are the family that we choose. As I mentioned earlier, we just had Friendsmas with my best friend, and it was fantastic. And we were even saying, like, you know, we got to get together more often, not just at Christmas time. And I could not agree more. Yeah, I have a little side note as an announcement here that the podcast is going to be bi-weekly from now on. Because it's potentially better for my mental health, but also this podcast helps me with my mental health because it actually gives me time to journal. Like, this whole book is full now. You know, kind of get my thoughts out on paper, talk to them with you guys. Like, we're 21 episodes in and I've had one guest. I'm hoping to have more guests in the future. If you have any suggestions for type of guests that you would like, please let me know. I do have one friend who has a fairly interesting coming out story, like coming out as a lesbian. So I would love if she would come on the podcast and share that story with you guys. I think I've mentioned it to her before. I'm going to run it past her again and see if we can't plan something for the new year. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it. Like, this Christmas, just focus on yourself, have fun, relax. Never forget to relax. You see all these moms who, and don't get me wrong, moms do this every day, but especially on Christmas, they are literally running from sun up till sundown, barely getting a chance to sit down. So moms, if you're out there, make sure you take a chance to sit down with your children and enjoy those gifts that they just got and teach them how to play with those new toys. And the cooking and the cleaning can wait for an hour. That's just my opinion. Let's try and grow the podcast. If you guys like the podcast, share the podcast. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Fuck, at this point, give me some interaction. Let's see what we can do here. Thank you so much for listening. Be happy. Don't be a bitch. I love you all. Merry Christmas.